Satnam, conscious breathing. It's a big buzzword, this conscious breathing and breath practices and all of that. So today I'm going to share with you a very exclusive to Kundalini technology breath technique known as breath of fire. It's the same breath technique called master breath. So you may hear it either way, breath of fire or master breath. So I'm going to break it down for you today, step by step, so that you understand the technique and all of the components associated with how to correctly, accurately, and effectively practice and utilize this incredible breath technique and technology. So first thing that I want to share with you is just alone understanding all the dynamics and the benefits of what conscious breathing brings into you. Just by taking deep breaths, just being conscious breath by breath of your daily routine, the minute you wake up. How do you prepare yourself to go to bed with breathing practices? It's all applicable to how you spend and live your life. So conscious breathing releases stress and tension. It builds energy and endurance. It contributes to emotional mastery, prevents and heals physical problems, contributes to graceful aging. That's me right there. Manages pain, and I had a direct experience with managing pain when I had horrible back pain about 20 years ago when I first entered into the world of healing through the modality of yoga. It works. Enhances physical performance and mental concentration. And finally, it facilitates, and this is the really cool key component, psycho-spiritual transformation. Dude, I am all into this. I think it's really important in our evolution that we understand the concept of what it is to alchemize energy into action. And this is this psycho-spiritual transformation that, again, is another big buzz. It's all happening in this ascension, evolution and transformation that we're all going through on the planet right now. So Kundalini technology, in particular the breath of fire, basically is allowing your nervous system to regulate and hold more of a charge. It's going to be able to increase your ability to handle more energy. And when you can retrain your nervous system to tolerate a higher charge of energy, then you're plugging yourself into a universal light socket. Again, it's awesome. So let me get into you exactly how we go about the breath of fire and why it's called the breath of fire, which is because it's activating your navel point. So the navel point is the third chakra. It's the third chakra in the 8 chakra system that we look at and we work with in Kundalini Tech. The 8th chakra is the auric field, the field of energy and light that surrounds you. It's like your desktop. And within your central column of energy channel known as the Shushmana, where the spine is, we have the 7 internal chakras. So the navel point is where your divine will is, where your seat of your personal power is, around the navel point, or AKA the solar plexus. So this is a fire element energy. When you're in the womb, how are you connected to life? How do you breathe? How do you survive? How do you thrive? Through the navel point connection of your umbilical cord. That energetic connection never goes away. So when we're practicing the breath of fire, it's important to realize that we're activating this navel point with movement. We're activating it with consciousness and training ourselves to be mindful of the navel point gently pulsating. And it's gentle. It doesn't have to be hard, rigid, crazy. No, it doesn't. It's not like that at all. In fact, it's very smooth, very gentle. I like to use the visualization and the guidance of when you see dolphins, when you see whales just smoothly cruising, when you see a manta ray, a big giant manta ray just floating, just effortlessly gliding through the ocean waters, particularly the dolphins, because they tend to do this movement through the wave. You see them cresting and then flowing. This is the movement that we're creating the navel point to make. So it's a very gentle pulsation, but it's also really understanding that when we do that, we're massaging the heart, because the diaphragm, which is a muscle that's a dome muscle, when it's relaxed, it just nestles up next to the heart. But when we are activating it, when we breathe in, it fans out, and it has this bellows effect. So it's an even breath in to an even breath out. So before you start the breath of fire, I highly recommend that you do some exercises first to recognize that your inhale and your exhale are evenly balanced. And you can do that through counting the breath. Counting the breath for, let's go with 4, the count of 4. 4 counts in as you breathe in. And then a gentle pause and then a breathe out to the count of 4. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's very smooth. You got it? I know you do. So I do recommend that you do some breath practices first, that you align yourself with understanding and having an awareness and a training. This is Jedi training for sure. The breath of fire is a breath which burns away all diseases and karma. That's interesting. It's a conscious, voluntary breath. So you are training yourself. You're voluntarily regulating your breath to create this rhythm. And you're going to have your own unique rhythm with this breath. Now I want you to listen to the rhythm, the sound of the rhythm, the sound of the breath, and be very aware of how your breath rhythmically moves in and out in this capacity. This is where you conquer the thalamus. So the thalamus is a part of your immune system. It's also connected to the brain, and it's a very intrinsic part of your mastery, of your mental, emotional mastery, and your immune system. They say about 500 diseases do not come near that person who moves the belly button. The navel totally controls the vayus, which are the pranic airs that circulate through the body. And in Kundalini technology, we focus on 3 of these vayus. There's 5 total. We focus on 3, which are prana, inhale, apana, exhale, and uddiyana, which is projection. So all of these are controlled through the navel point. So you want to sit tall. I'm always sitting up on a cushion, and the reason I do that is so that my spine becomes easily straightened, and I can sit pretty effortlessly with a lengthened spine, and my knees drop down and my pelvis is gently tilted a little bit. So I'm very much in alignment for my lungs and my rib cage to optimally be working. And then I can have the diaphragm moving in and out as well, and then the navel point connecting. So let's try to do just a couple of seconds of breath of fire. Let's put our palms together with a gentle pressure, about 5 pounds of pressure, and we'll begin the breath of fire, master breath. Now breathe all the breath out. Breathe the breath in. And relax. Just doing that 30-second interval of practicing breath of fire, you're going to feel differently than you did at the beginning before you started and at the end when you're finished. Notice that. Breath of fire helps to alleviate depression. It helps to balance out depression. It helps to balance out anxiety. It works for either or because it's regulating your nervous system so you can handle more of a charge of energy, and your nervous system is, in a sense, having more endurance. All right, so I'm going to show you real quick a practice to tune up your frontal lobe of the brain. The frontal lobe is here in the front part of the skull, and this is where your personality lies. This is classically where we roll our movie drama stories. This is classically where we do that because this is where the personality is. You can retrain that, can reprogram it, however you want to analyze it or describe it. You can totally change all of that for the better through doing this particular practice that I'm going to show you. The third eye point, the pituitary gland and the pineal glands are in this general area of the head. And when we really activate our intuition, this is where the wisdom comes in. We see the unseen, and we're very much reprogramming and recalibrating this frontal lobe system of the brain. There is a contraindication for women if you're on your moon cycle or about to start your moon cycle or you're pregnant. It's not recommended to do the breath of fire. Instead, you would breathe long and deep. All right, so we're going to tune in first of all. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Beautiful. All right, I do have a piece of music that's very, very specific for a rhythm following of the breath of fire. And this is a piece of music called Breathe. Breathe, Volume 1. And it's by the artist Hargo, Hargo. It's available on all streams. Hargo, Breathe, Volume 1. This was a compilation rhythm music that was created by Hargo and Guru Charan, who has a mastery of Kundalini technology, and I'm very blessed to say is my dear friend and my colleague. All right, we have our right hand straight out in front, facing upward with the arm straight, elbow straight, and I'm reaching with my fingers from the shoulder outward. So my shoulder is relaxed, but my fingers are directed up. This is my heaven connection. Now I'm going to stretch the left arm out, same parallel to the ground as the right, but my palm is down. Again, I'm letting the shoulder relax. I'm stretching out through my fingertips, and both elbows are straight. This is my earth. This is my heaven. So now I'm achieving a balance just with this posture. All right, so my eyes are going to be focused up to the third eye point, and this is to tune up the frontal lobe. The recommended amount of time for this is 11 minutes. I'm going to demonstrate this for just maybe 2 minutes, okay? But we're going to listen to this music, and we're going to feel the rhythm that this music guides us to experience the breath of fire. This very subtle, all the layers of rhythm that's in this track of music. So I want you to pick out which one is speaking to you, which one you're aligning with, and go with that as your guide, okay? All right, let's set ourselves. Take a breath in and a breath out. Just really set your posture. Spine is straight. Chest is lifted, shoulders relaxed, stretching through the fingers. Elbows are nicely straightened. Good. All right, let's begin. Keep going. You're gently pulsating the navel. It's going out on the inhale and pulling in on the exhale. You're just gently pulsating. You'll feel your spine very subtly rocking back and forth, but you're maintaining a steadiness. Maintain your steadiness. Keep up. We're here for another 45 seconds. Find your rhythm. Keep your mouth relaxed, eyes relaxed. Don't strain with this breath. If you need to stop and start multitude of times during the practice, that's okay. Get your rhythm down to where it's effortless. Keep up. Now, big inhale. Hold your breath. Tighten the body. Tighten everything. Tight, tight. Squeeze. Fire it out the mouth. Again. Hold tight. Squeeze. Consolidate. Concentrate. Fire it out. One more time. Now just relax. And I encourage you to just sit very still. I'm going to stop the music. Just sit still and quiet. Integrate. It's important that after we practice these very dynamic practices of Kriya and particularly these conscious breathing techniques, that we give ourselves time to integrate. Just those few meditative moments of stillness, what we call shunya, where you move into the 0 point. It's a very fluid state of being. Just breathe in a relaxed, deep way. And just feel. Really let your feelings come through. Nice. Now bring your hands into prayer mudra, one long sad and a short nam to close the practice. Sat Nam. And there you have it, breath of fire, also known as the master breath. So enjoy your conscious breathing practice, enjoy all the incredible benefits that this amazing technology, particularly within the Kundalini world of teachings, it's just extraordinary. There's literally a breath, a mantra, a kriya, a meditation for everything that you can be experiencing on the planet. So let's evolve together. Let's grow lighter and brighter and move into this 5D dimensional density consciousness that we are destined to experience. Sat Nam.